What's up, guys? This is going to be a video response to brotherskeepers111. His 3 EDC blades, and I was actually planning on doing a video like this anyway, so knocks out a couple birds with one stone. This one right here is my CRKT M1614ZSF. This has AUS-8 steel. You can tell my finish is kind of marred up, so I spilled some water and I see no water get near this, but somehow it got wet anyway. I cleaned up everything else when I first bought this knife, and it had rust on it, and I took a little scrub brush, started just, you know what I'm saying, with some oil, trying to wipe off some of the surface rust, because that's figured all it was, and it took away some of the finish. You know, I barely put anything on it, so I'll probably end up Dura coating this black, and you know, test for something, because I want to get some Dura coat anyway. But it's got a modified tanto. I wasn't really a fan of this, but I like this blade. It gives you the width of a traditional blade with the prying ability of a tanto. And I don't like to pry on my knives, but when you carry a knife, you'll eventually need to pry if you don't carry a multi-tool around. It did have a full tang, and I didn't like it because it kept getting open in my pocket, so I just dremelled off the back. Now it works perfectly. Like, this is the way I should have bought it in the beginning. I got this for like 25-30 bucks on sale from Sportsman's Guide. It's Operation Iraqi Freedom. That's a great knife I've carried. All these knives I'm going to show I've carried for a couple years plus. This knife has been my beater knife I carry. I try to keep my Spyderco. If I know I gotta pull some, for some reason, if I gotta try to pry a nail off of something, you know, this is what I go to. And the blade's held up with no chips. I don't do extensive work, but when I absolutely need something, if that does break, you know, I'm not gonna cry. I'll just have to replace it with another knife. But anyway, this right here is my Spyderco Endura 4. It's my first Spyderco. When I got it in my hand, I didn't really like it too much because it just felt a little odd to me, I guess, because the blade was set back a little bit on the hand and not as further out front. But this has been tried and true. It's got G10 handles, steel liners, and I went out hunting a couple years ago, and I lost my Benchmade in the woods. I found it later and it was fine, but me, my brother, my dad, and someone else, I think it was a friend or a cousin or something like that, got another deer. Can't remember which hunting trip it was, but I remember there was 4 deer. And anyway, this is all I had, and pretty much my brother, he had Winchester knives. I'm not a big fan of them at all. I like using good steel. So I was like, hell, you know, for the skinning and gutting and everything, this will work fine. So it gutted, skinned, and processed all knives. And if anybody hunts knows, skinning an animal, especially a whole deer, will just tear a knife to pieces and dull it. It's like sticking in the dirt, but you know, cutting the hair and everything like that, cutting through the hair. But this knife, surprisingly, I washed it off and cleaned it up, and I felt the blade, and I could tell it was still sharp. So I tested it out, and it actually shaved. It wasn't as sharp as original, but it was still razor sharp. So this knife became my favorite instantly. I plan on buying another one in full flat grind, can't speak, but probably in a gray handle. And for my third EDC, in winter time, you know, I'm wearing long clothes, you really can't see nothing. So, you know, I reach for my wallet or everything except for the very tip, and I don't really care. All my friends know me. I CCW anyway, so I love. I'm a big fan of knives, and I'm a huge fan of K-bar. A lot of times you'll see this on my desk or whatever, but it's used. You know, when I want to wear it, I come over and grab it. When I take it off, stick it back. You can tell I've used this for hammering on many occasions, and as long as you know you're competent and you don't decide to stab yourself in the face, you can get the job done when you ain't got nothing else. I took this hunting. It's had plenty of wear and tear on it. This is just a hardcore blade, US MC K-bar. This has got the craton handle. I wish it had the stacked leather. I plan on buying one with the original handle. Plus, you can see I use this. I mean, look at the wear on the sheath. You can even tell it's starting to turn from sweat. I've just used the hell out of this knife. I've sharpened it, had to sharpen it quite a bit. It holds a pretty good edge, but it's pretty much razor sharp right now. It's a good knife. I do use that quite a bit. Mainly not in the summertime unless I know I'm going to a bad area. I'll wear not a short, semi-long shirt anyway. Alright guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching.